Good afternoon, Boulder Rotary. Bob Owens is going to lead us in the pledge and the four-way test.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Four-way test of the things we think, say, and do is the truth. If fair to all concerned, will it build goodwill and friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you. Teresa Suzurik, it's great to have you here.
Hello, Boulder Rotary. I haven't been to a meeting in a long, long time, face to face. I've been on Zoom, so no better way to get us members here is to have me sign up, or anyone sign up to do something, right? So I'm going to do Rotarians, visiting Rotarians, and guest introductions. So if you're a visiting Rotarian or a Rotarian with a guest, or please stand up. Okay, and we're gonna start over here. Hi. Okay, who's the Rotarian? Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Murphy. I brought my wife, better half, Catherine, with me today.
Hi, Catherine. Oh, we have a Sam Pottinger. Looks like he has a guest over here.
I do. My very good friend,
Look in that camera over there.
Bob. Bob.
You want to tell us something about Bob?
Bob and I are one birthday day apart. My birthday was yesterday and his is today. But we met down in Sayulita, Mexico, where we both have second homes down there about 15 years ago. He lives in Durango. He's a retired pediatric physician, and he comes up here quite often this time of the year. Bob McGrath.
Welcome, Bob. All right. And now Gary Kahn has a guest.
Yes.
Let's talk into that camera.
Okay.
I'm
So,
supposed to hold on to the mic
Okay.
so I can keep control, because we know people like you might take it and run with it, Gary.
that's right. My guest today is Kevin Brainy, whose proposal is in, and he is being published for the second time in the Rib this next week, and will join us formally as a Red Badger next week. So Kevin is, I first met Kevin 12 years ago when he was principal at Boulder High School. And since then, he has worked at the Mental Health Partners and took a leading role in standing up the Boulder Strong Resource Center, and has just recently left the Mental Health Partners to become the principal and founder of an organization called the Resiliency Project, which is for institutional abuse survivors. So please welcome Kevin.
Hi. And you were principal when my daughter was at Boulder High. I knew. Okay, back to the agenda.
Thanks, Teresa. Hi, I would like to welcome all of our guests and visitors that we have online today. And I believe we have Dominica, if you'd like to unmute yourself and say hi.
Hello, everybody. It's lovely to be back with you again. I am past president Dominica of the Rotary Club of Montego Bay. And thanks again for your invitation, as always.
Welcome. It's always great to see you. And then we have Rex Lassaby. Would you like to say hi?
Hello, thank you guys so much for hosting this wonderful introduction candidate forum for these two amazing gentlemen, and one of them will be our Boulder County Sheriff. So thank you so much to you guys, Nancy Chin Wagner and Chad and the rest of the folks who put this on.
I believe I've welcomed everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry, but I hope you all enjoy the program. Thank you.
Thanks, Vanessa. Welcome visitors and guests to Boulder Rotary, the best place to be on a Friday afternoon. Whether you're here in the room with us or on Zoom, I would like to officially declare today Michael Weatherwax Day. Happy birthday, Michael Weatherwax. He was the first person you met coming in today, and he'll be the last person you hear from at the birthday table. So today is officially Michael Weatherwax Day, and I'd like to invite him up to the podium right now to make a quick announcement on the annual Paul Harris Fellow Giving.
Just swallowed my last bite there. I'm going to remind you all of the Paul Harris match that I have been doing for about 10 or 11 years that started with Ted Manning and I coming together and to say, what's a way to get people to contribute more to the Boulder Rotary, or not the Boulder, excuse me, the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International. And we decided that one of the ways to do that was be to match, to get people, more people in our club to be Paul Harris Fellows. Before I get into the match, I want to, for the new members who have not donated to the foundation yet, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. The foundation was founded in 1917 by Arch Klump, who was a past president of Rotary, and this was founded to do good in the world. And part of becoming a Rotarian and being a member of a Rotary Club is support of the Rotary Foundation, which is its most common name, but its technical name is the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International. It's an organization that has been rated 100% as a super charity for the last 8 or 9 years in a row. Paul Harris Fellowship is a recognition that's given for donating to the Rotary Foundation. And that is, if you donate $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation, you become a Paul Harris Fellow. And Paul Harris Fellow status is the recognition thing. You get a pin for that, you get a certificate for that. But you can become a Paul Harris Fellow and then become a Paul Harris Fellow up to Paul Harris plus 8, which means that you have given $9,000 in total. The $10,000 that you give to the Rotary Foundation is making you a major donor. Level 1. There are 4 levels to major donor. Those are major level 1, $10,000. 2 is $25,000. 3 is $50,000. 4 is $100,000. The next recognition is you become a member of the Arch Klump Society, and that starts at $250,000. The next step is at $500,000. And the third step is over $1 million donated to the Rotary Foundation in your lifetime or after your death. We have about 11 major donors in the club. We have 191 on the magic list that I have that tells me what everybody's given to the Foundation. We have about 191 people on the list, of which 161 have made a donation, some donation to the Rotary Foundation. 116 of those 191 are Paul Harris Fellows at some level. And 11, as I said before, are major donors. The match program that I do is to get you to your first or to your second, or third or fourth or fifth, up to your 8th Paul Harris Fellowship. So I will donate half of what it takes to get you to the next level. So if you are not a Paul Harris Fellow at this point and want to become a Paul Harris Fellow, instead of you donating $1,000, you donate $500 and I'll donate the other $500 and give you recognition points that will get you to your Paul Harris Fellowship. So that way the Rotary gets the full $1,000 for your becoming that. It just comes from 2 different sources. If you are already a Paul Harris Fellow and say you have $3,500 worth of donations that you've made, it's only $250 to get to the next level. You donate $250, I'll donate $250, you got the $500 that gets that. But maybe what you want to do is maybe skip a level, and so instead of donating the $250, donate $750, and that'll get you from a Paul Harris 2 to a Paul Harris 4. And so I'm happy to take whatever donations. I limit the donations to $1,000 per person. That's my share of it, is $1,000 per person. And you have to sign up to do this by June 15th so we can get the money into the Rotary Foundation in time for the end of Chad's year, so he gets credit for the donations to the Rotary Foundation. I'll be here a little bit afterwards. I've got the magic list that shows what everybody's given and how much you would need to give. And I'll be happy to take your name and email address, and I'll get you the forms to make that contribution. And you can just contact me by emailing me at Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L. A lot of people do it E-A-L, but it's A-E-L. And at wxwax.com. You'll remember this easier because WX is the military and weather service abbreviation for weather. So I got my name, it's just got 4 or 5 less letters in it. So Michael at wxwax.com. And I'm looking forward to, because I've only had 3 or 4 people doing it so far, and I would look forward for you to try to make me make a big, huge contribution, because I'm working my way towards Arch Clump Society level 1. So, thank you very much. I hope I can get all of you to put a little money into the Rotary Foundation.
Thank you, Michael, for your continued generosity. The goal is to get everyone to donate every year, and this is a big part of that, so thank you. Fred, can we roll the Ukraine video? As you know, we do a lot of work with Ukraine, and we've had a lot of interaction with various members of the club, so we have a new update from you from Karen DeBartolome.
Hi, this is Karen DeBartolome, and I'm here in Bratislava, Slovakia, and I have been a temporary member of the Bratislava Rotary Club. Tonight, I'm happy to introduce you to the club's president, Pavel Shalatek. I've asked him to say a few words about what the club and what the district are doing to help with the Ukrainian refugee problem. So over to you, Pavel.
Thank you very much, Karen. Hello, my name is Pavel Shalatek. I'm president of the Rotary Club of Bratislava Danube for this year, Rotarian year 2021-2022. And I would like to say hello to Boulder Rotary Club. And I need to admit that Karen is a really active temporary member of our Rotary Club. And we are very glad to have her in our club. So really enriching person and enriching our club with a different view on different topics. Yes, so unfortunately we are experiencing something which is not really nice in Europe, and especially on the east border of our country with the Ukraine. We know what is happening there. And we as a district, 2240, which is Czech Republic and Slovak Republic together, we decided, and it's obvious that we need to help people in need in Ukraine experiencing the war. So we decided to do the different ways how to help. Firstly, we identified together with our Rotarian friends from Ukraine what is needed the most. Mm-hmm. So we discovered that the medical materials is needed, Then we discovered that accommodation is needed. We discovered that hygienic materials are needed and groceries needed. So we start to make collections through all our district with all these materials that are needed. So up to now, we were able to collect 1,300 tons of materials for Ukraine, and that was transported via Czech and Slovak railways from our district to Ukraine, directly to the places where it's needed the most. So then we were able to provide short-term and long-term accommodation for more than 200 people. So usually we talk about the families with the kids running from Ukraine to our district, and they needed the accommodation. So all the Rotarians in our district, they have available place for those Ukrainians. They provided the place and accommodated the families with the kids. Then there are people, they just travel to other countries because there are already communities, so and they have connections. They didn't need accommodation, they just need to be transported. So we transported more than 3,500 people with the railways. So it worked like humanitarian materials are transported with the train to Ukraine, and the people they want and it's packed with the people and transported to Slovakia or to Czechoslovakia. So there is no empty train traveling up and down. It's always used. Yeah. So there are such activities. There are many activities. Almost each and every city or village is making humanitarian collections and trying to collect materials or even financial help. When it comes to financial help, our club was very active. We have a lot of friends also in abroad, in Austria, Switzerland, Germany, and some other countries, and we talked to our partners club as well, and we spread the word that we need to collect some money because there are materials that are quite expensive, so we need to buy them and transport to Ukraine. So our club together with our partners club and friends from surrounding countries, up to now we were able to collect 55,000 euros. Including financial support from our club account and also some individual contribution. I need to also thank Karen. She contributed 250 euro for the help. So that's a nice example that each and every person that is currently being in our region, it's really has the feeling that needs to help. So we collected that amount of money, and with our Rotary friends from Ukraine, we really and carefully decided what is going to be that material is going to be bought and then sent to Ukraine. So, for instance, we bought 2 emergency cars. Yeah, they were not the new ones. They were a little used.
You mean like an ambulance?
Yeah, ambulance.
Like ambulance?
Yeah. So we bought 2 ambulance cars. We fixed a little things and we sent them to Ukraine. We also bought a lot of medical stuff, and we sent them to Ukraine. So a lot of things is happening here. We're still collecting money. We're still collecting the materials that are needed, and we collaborate with the Ukrainians. So.
And are the clubs in Ukraine active? They're still able to be active?
Yes,
Yeah.
especially
Especially now.
especially now. We are in touch with the with the Rotary Club from Uzhhorod, which
It's
is
on the border.
Yeah, exactly, which is the city on the border with Slovak Republic, and our Rotary Club in Košice. They have a very good and nice friendship from the past years and previous projects. So they are very active, and they provide us with the information we need. And once the materials are logistically transported to Ukraine, they take responsibility and care about the materials, and then they do the distribution towards the eastern Ukraine, where the regions are the mostly impacted by the war.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all very impressive, Pavel.
Yeah.
And all in 3 months.
Yeah.
All of this has been organized in 3 months. It's fantastic.
You know, these situations are not common, and once you experience such a situations, you need to act very fast
Very quickly.
and very quickly. Then you see the humanity. It works. It's still alive. Then you see the Rotarianism. It's still here. It's big. And everybody is helping. It's not just our club or our small community here. You can see that also outside of Rotary, people are helping.
Yes,
So
yeah.
in 3 months,
Very active.
yeah,
Yes. Well, thank you.
yeah, you're
Thank
welcome.
You. And
Welcome.
I'll see my friends back in Boulder in August. Thanks very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
That's pretty amazing. Going to the raffle, the winner is 989-8987. 989-8987. (989-8987). We have a winner, Mr. Sachs. Thank you. Thank you both very much for being here today. The Boulder Rotary Club is also committed to helping partner with the Sheriff's Office to enact wildfire response, and today we're going to hear the next tip from Shani Khan.
Quite appropriate after that presentation, but that's the sound none of us want to hear coming toward our house. Excuse me. This is the sound that we really do not want to hear coming toward our house. So we give tips every week on fire prevention, and today's tip is about fencing. So how many of you out there have a fence around your house? It's a lot of people. So here are some tips for you. Fencing should be sealed with a Class A fire retardant to protect your house. If you are replacing a wood fence, you should consider metal or stone. And if you have any overgrown weeds or shrubbery around your house, you should contact the goat people or your HOA to contact the goat people, because they actually can come out and help remove those shrubbery and weeds for you. So the tip today is, remember that there's a 5-foot rule around your house, and it states that you need to keep non-combustible areas free from your home in that 5-foot area. And most importantly, this is a step you can take to protect your house.
Thank you, Shani. Next up, we have the brew.
A Rotarian becomes a Paul Harris Fellow when he or she donates $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. They move up to the next Paul Harris Fellow level with every $1,000 donation to the Rotary Foundation. Do you want to become a Paul Harris Fellow or move to the next Paul Harris Fellow level? If so, this is the time to do it because Michael Weatherwax will donate 1/2 of what it takes to get you to your first or next Paul Harris Fellowship level. If you are not a Paul Harris Fellow at this time, you donate $500 and it will be matched with another $500. And bingo, you become a Paul Harris Fellow. If you have already donated, for example, $3,200 and want to become a Paul Harris Fellow plus 3, donate $400 and it will be matched, bringing you up to $4,000. The match program runs until June 15th, so we can get the donations in President Chad's year. The maximum per donor donation that will be matched is $1,000. Contact Michael Weatherwax at 303-378-6383 or the email up on the screen for guidance on or forms to make a matched donation.
Boulder Rotary Club? What's that?
I don't know. It's some new club. It's supposed to be good for you.
Did you try it?
I'm not trying it. You try it.
I'm not trying it. Let's give it to Mikey.
Yeah, let's try it. Have Mikey try it.
Mikey hates everything.
He likes it.
Mikey likes it. He likes it.
When you share Boulder Rotary, don't tell them it's one of those nutritional cereals you've been trying to get them to eat. You're the only one who has to know. Boulder Rotary. It's good for you. The three amigos want to wish this stellar Rotarian a very happy birthday.
So we reached out to a friend to help us celebrate.
I'm William Shatner. I've done a lot of things in my career, but this takes the cake. This is so cool. You, Michael, today, it's all about you. You were born today. It's your birthday. It's exciting. It makes me want to celebrate. Makes me want to get up out of this chair. Makes me want to sing. Makes me want to dance. Makes me want to shout. Kick my heels up. Throw my hands up. Toss my head back. No, really, people should be shouting your name in the street.
Come on now, sing
that song. Sing it out loud. I want to celebrate. Put it up in lights.
It's your birthday, happy birthday.
See, no one else deserves to be celebrated like you because you are the best.
I want you to know.
I want you to know.
I said I want you to know.
I want you to know right now you make me want to shout. That's right, you make me want to shout because there really is no doubt. You know what I'm talking about because you make me want to shout. Yeah! Boy! Yeah! You make me want to
Be sure to wish your President-elect Cassidy Murphy safe travels as she leaves on Saturday for the Rotary International Convention in Houston.
We are excited to invite you to 2022 Rotary International Convention, Houston, Texas.
She will come back with lots of good ideas and enthusiasm in order to make your club an even better place to be. Safe travels, Cassidy.
Come, Let's discover new horizons at the 2022 Rotary International Convention, Houston, Texas.
Next week's program, we are honored to host Greg Dobbs. He's a speaker, author, and you will most recognize him as a veteran television journalist. He was with ABC News for 23 years, and for nearly half that time, he was an international correspondent based in London and Paris.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Greg Dobbs from a warm and fairly humid morning here in Florida.
He covered so many of the big events of our nation's history. Things like the Iranian Revolution, the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, the Iran-Iraq War, fall of the Iron Curtain, the assassination of Anwar Sadat, and things like the Watergate scandal, the Native American occupation of Wounded Knee, the execution of Gary Gilmore, and the Exxon Valdez oil spill. He actually resigned from ABC News rather than move from his beloved home in Evergreen, Colorado. He went on, though, to make a new career for himself here as a radio talk show host, newspaper columnist, and TV moderator, as well as hosting an Emmy Award-winning discussion program on Rocky Mountain PBS.
I have seen every antiquity on both sides of the Mediterranean, had zero interest, but it was just too strange. So
this is an amazing opportunity to hear from one of Colorado's best journalists, Greg Dobbs.
You know what? I think everyone's going to have a great weekend.
Oh, George, I know we have birthdays.
Yes, we do. The Transcontinental Railroad crews building the railroad across the country created a poem which contributed to the name of a very famous person. And it went, Buffalo Bill, never misses and never will. Always aims and shoots to kill, and the company pays his Buffalo Bill. We have 3 birthday people today. One, Sam Pottinger. Sam?
Well, I'm a loss for words with Michael Weatherwax. My gosh, Michael, that must have cost you a fortune to get that. Oh, Lordy. Well, I'm so proud of being a Rotarian, especially here in Boulder. I've been gone for 6 months. But I've been thinking, you know, Rotary is really the premier organization worldwide that fights for peace. And everything that we do, everything, these meetings, having the sheriff candidates here is a perfect example. Just the people inspire me. And I think because of Rotary, that there is hope, that there's going to be peace on earth. And the 4-way test of the things we think, say, and do, this really is a short course on peace. If you do that, if everyone does that, if you share it with other people, if you teach your children, there is going to be peace. Thank you.
Alessandro Sachs' birthday.
Thank you. It's the first time in my almost 5 years membership in our wonderful club that I take this opportunity and have the courage to sit on this very important table. So my birthday was last Saturday, and Maria, my wife, she said, don't make any plans for the evening. I have a surprise for you. I know it is something to do with music. Okay, we drive, for me, a new venue to the Levitt Pavilion Amphitheater in Denver. And there was a British band that I was a big fan of, Tears for Fears. So, Tears for Fears, I share now my thoughts of these last 2-3 days. I didn't know that, but I looked at the press release from the UNICEF. Actually, June 1st, not a long time ago, June 1st was the International Day for the Protection of Children. in many of the former Soviet countries. This day was created by UNICEF. A joyful celebration typically marked by concerts, outdoor games, and arts and crafts. In Ukraine, it's a Children's Day like no other. Today, Friday, the country will mark the grim milestone of 100 days since the Russian invasion. During that time, at least 262 children have been killed and 415 injured in wartime strikes, according to UNICEF, the UN Children's Agency. Ukrainian officials have said there is little cause to celebrate. The war has left 5.2 million children in need of humanitarian assistance, according to UNICEF. This year, Children's Day in Ukraine is celebrated in a different way than usual. In wartime, children are forced to hide from the bombing in shelters in the subway. They are forced to leave their homes and seek shelter. But despite the war, towns and cities across Ukraine still marked the occasion, Wednesday, though it looked different than usual. In the western city of Lviv, the mayor posted photos of abandoned school buses, stuffed animals, name tags, and backpacks on empty seats, during what Reuters described as an event making the death of 243 children during the war. Empty and destroyed buses. A school trip that for too many children will never happen. Thank you.
This next person makes me want to shout. Michael!
I'm just happy that my birthday will be on a Friday in about 6 years. This is very, very humbling. I've been in Rotary for 34 years come July, joined in 1988. Norris Hermsmeyer was my sponsor. And I cannot imagine my life this last 34 years without Rotary, particularly without Boulder Rotary. And I know better than anybody else that Boulder Rotary is the best place to be on a Friday afternoon. I want to talk to you, I want to just mention to you something that's going on in my life that has an impact on my membership in Boulder Rotary. And that is that last November I hired an individual in my tax practice to replace Bill Rubin, a member of this club, past Rotarian of the Year, and Mr. Ryla in the club, who retired in October. One of the conditions of me hiring this individual was that he would have the right to buy my practice when I was ready to sell it. And I am ready to sell it January 1st, 2023, sorry. That would have been a little long ago. But so I will be selling my practice for, he worked for me this year, I work for him next year, and then at the end of 2023, I'm going to retire. And when I retire, I'm going to join my family, almost all of which lives in Castle Rock. My wife has been living there for 9 years because she wants to be close to the grandchildren rather than being close to me. But we have worked that out. I live up here, so I don't have to commute 55 miles each day. But it is my plan, because Rotary is a significant part of my life, to stay in this club. And I will come drive that 110-mile round trip to come to meetings on Fridays, and I will continue to do as much involvement in this club as I can possibly can. And it's because of all of you here and all of them on Zoom and everybody else that's not here in this club. This has been a fantastic part of my life, and I cannot imagine what it would have been like without it. And I thank you all for that.
Happy birthday, everybody. Be sure and sit at the birthday table close to your birthday.
Happy birthday, gentlemen. I'd like to thank Lynn, Vanessa, Fred, and Ben for meeting management today. Thanks to Christine and Louis for the raffle. Thanks to Jim and Kathy for desk and registration. And thanks to Michael Weatherwax for being our past president greeter. Meeting adjourned.